Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Limba. This is the MLC, the Mr. Limba channel. This is just a quick chat. I'm still on the road. I'm cooking up 2 videos for you guys. One of them is about short men. It was a requested video, so for you guys who requested that video, it is on the way. And the other one will be telling you guys more things you need to know about the female nature in order to better maneuver the female sex and be a lot safer in doing so. Now, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and just steal a line from the brother Reg the Bad Guy and say what I say. What do I mean by that? You know, when I covered Bill Cosby, Nelly, and even briefly touched on Chris Brown, in the situation of the hashtag MeToo male accusation, of course, everybody forgot about Harvey Weinstein because, once again, it seemed like the black men will be the one to go down first. But this is not going to be mainly pushed about, I'm not really going to talk about race in this one, even though I just made that light note. But I'm really going to talk about men and the condition of men in this country. We see what's happening. Now they got Morgan Freeman. And I say what I say because I said, look, guys, this is not about Cosby. A lot of men could not understand that because we know many men are very emotional, similar to the women who raised them. And this is not a knock on them. This is not their fault. This is why we have this channel. So the brotherhood becomes stronger. We learn from each other. We can become more masculine. Because a lot of brothers cannot see past their emotions, even though the argument before them is clear. The argument was men are under attack. But of course, many brothers in their emotions were like, well, forget Cosby. I don't like Cosby. Cosby said something I didn't agree with. And I kept reminding them, my brothers, look, it is not about Cosby. Matter of fact, the videos had nothing to do with Cosby. It has everything to do with your life. Because you see, you think it's about rich men, but this has been happening for a while. See, when it happens to rich men, we know about it. That's the only difference. Because if it would have happened to the average Joe, which it does, we would have never heard this story. But of course, if it's Bill Cosby, you hear about it. Of course, if it's Morgan Freeman, you hear about it. Nelly, you hear about it. Chris Brown, you hear about it. R. Kelly, even though he's extremely suspect, of course, you will still hear about it. So brothers have to stay focused. This is not about whether or not you like the person. Now, you may be mad because at one point Morgan Freeman said, I don't see myself as a black man, right? This is not the exact quote. I see myself as a man. All right? I should not be looked at as a black man, but as a man. Not a black judge, just a judge. You know? Now, some may say that was cooning. Others may see it as him trying to get America to start thinking as Americans as just Americans. And not the skin color or ethnic background or racial background of the American. Of course, there are many ways we can think about this. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that you have a bunch of crazy, angry women coming after your behinds. And brothers just have to get that. Okay? This is why I said in that video by Cosby that I was uncomfortable when I went to the chiropractor and the masseuse was working on my back. Now I'm going to give you guys another story today. Today I went to the chiropractor and I'm quite sure my masseuse was being just a little bit unprofessional. She's a new girl. I've never worked with her before. She was working on my back and, you know, she did a great job with the massage, but she, started to do the massage without gloves, which I usually request. Now, of course, the massage is better without gloves, but the reason I tend to request gloves is simply because I do not want to have my skin or dead skin cells or whatever it may be under a woman's nails. That can be used as evidence against you. All right? I don't trust them. I tell you guys all the time, never trust women. This does not mean to hate women. It just means to be wise. Women can be destructive. It does not mean all women are this way, but it definitely means the majority of women are this way. If women get to do something, believe me, they will do it. If they can, they will. If it was okay for a woman to set men on fire or for women to set men on fire, believe me, the majority of women would be burning men daily. Okay? Call me an extreme. Call me Mr. Hyperbole. it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I am a seasoned brother who knows exactly what he's talking about. If women can get away with it, they will do it. The hashtag MeToo is nothing more but a gateway that's been opened. And it's happening to men all the time. I see it in the workplace where men get accused of stuff. Of course, it doesn't make the news. They're not Morgan Freeman. But it happens all the time. I'm trying to tell you brothers, watch your butt. Especially you guys who are big into the dating coaches. You're big into pumping and dumping. You're trying to run through as many chicks as possible. Look, I'm not here to judge you. But I'm telling you, you're putting yourself in more danger than you could imagine. Simply because the more you deal with women, the higher risk you put yourself in. I myself, I am not a monk, but I do minimize the amount of chicks I deal with. Many brothers are trying to get as many as possible. It's like a game. Unfortunately, when it comes to black men, even though they're 38, they're 39, they're 40 years old or 50, it's still a big game for them to run through as many women as possible, as if it is some kind of accomplishment. It's not. You're just putting yourself at a higher risk of something going wrong, whether it is pregnancy, whether it is accusations, or whatever it may be. So today, as I was at the masseuse, she's sitting there giving me a back rub, and she's like, okay, I'm from Cuba. She's very chatty, and I realized I could feel her face is very close to my back, which is not something they normally do. Now, of course, the first time I've worked with this specific one, so maybe that's just the way she is. But then she tells me, you smell really good. Which, okay, cool. That could be a basic compliment. No big deal. I don't have a big head over it. Cool. Thank you. But it kind of made me think like, okay, maybe she really was that close to me. So then I started feeling that her boobs were rubbing up and down my back. Okay. One, she was without gloves, which I'm like, look, put some gloves on. I don't need anybody saying, oh, I try to do something to them. That's why they have my skin under their nails. Even though she shouldn't be using nails. Call me paranoid. I don't care. I'm out to protect myself. All right. Then her boobs are on my back. So I'm trying to just ignore that and assume that maybe, and she's not a very big woman. She's actually a very slim model type body. So I'm like, maybe this is just, you know, her being a bit comfortable, I guess. I don't know. Then I can feel her upper vagina rubbing on the, you know, the top of my head, because I'm face down. My face is in that little circle area where you put your face into. So I'm like, okay, I got pum pum on my head, breast on my back. I doubt this chick thinks, you know, this is normal. I doubt she's unaware of this, because women are aware of a lot more things than men give them credit for. And once again, I just saw not this Bill Cosby, but this Morgan Freeman situation right before I went in. So I'm like, man, you know, there's not much we can say as men, but guys, it's dangerous out here. She went along to tell me, do you work out? You know, I could tell you work out. You're in pretty nice shape. And as she keeps, you know, doing the massage, I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, thank you. Kept it simple, not saying much. She keeps rubbing on me the same way. Then she went and said, you have like very nice glutes, meaning my buttocks, for those of you who don't know what glutes are. So now she's rubbing my butt, and I'm like, okay, normally my massage does not involve my butt. You know what I'm saying? And this is not some stereotypical Asian massage parlor or something. This is Western medical chiropractic / massage place, right? So I'm like, okay, I can see what she's aiming for. She's like, oh, do you work out alone when you go to work out, or do you work out with somebody? You know, do you live close by? You know, relationship. So, you know, I'm trying to keep the conversation short. So I'm giving one-word answers until I get the heck out of there, right? Because if I was in an open place with her, I wouldn't mind talking to her, maybe. But, you know, if I'm in a closed, dark room with just light candles or dim lights and feng shui music playing and nobody else is around and there's no cameras in that room, as they say, for my privacy, which would help in my security, knowing how hashtag MeToo is out here, I don't feel very comfortable knowing that the cameras are not there. So, of course, I got out of there. But what I want to tell you guys is many brothers would have fell for that. They would have been so thirsty, they probably would have tried to grab her or touch her, knowing that she's most likely coming on to them, and end up putting themselves in trouble or trying to pull her number in that environment. Now, yeah, nice little Cuban chick, Latina looking nice, that's all cute and all. But prison ain't looking nice. Guys, you got to be careful. They're coming for you guys out here. Once again, when I make these warnings, I made one about Nelly. I briefly touched about Chris Brown. I made, extended one with Bill Cosby, talking about marching out of Babylon. This is a quick one regarding this situation now with Morgan Freeman. Guys, be smart, be aware, get yourselves out of trouble. Try not to be alone with certain chicks. If you have a business, be careful. When you're flirting, when you're approaching women, be wise. Be wise as to what you do. Women are making false accusations. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Kevin Kelly. Great video earlier talking about the woman who lied on the police officer, saying that he raped her, just to find out that this woman lied. In my video, when I gave the shout out to the Thinking Man's Templar regarding looking up your father if you've never met him, I also talked about the young lady that her mother said the only reason you don't know your father is because I was a victim of rape. Just for the girl to find her father and realize her mother lied. And that is when her mother decided to come clear about it. Guys, women lie all the time. And if you know me and my video, Never Trust Women, you know that I tell you guys all the time, if women get to do something that is bad, believe me, she will do it. If you give them two options, usually most women will pick the negative route. It is not I who created women. Women are just the way they are. Don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you what's happening. Guys, be very freaking careful out here. Those of you who like to bring them to your house all the time, those of you who are trying to get through as many as possible, just be careful. I hate to not see you guys on here anymore wondering what happened to you just to find out you're in jail. You're not exempt. It can happen to you too. All right? That's the problem with brothers. Oh, it ain't going to happen to me. Man, that dude got rope, but it ain't going to happen to me until it does. The same goes for the dating coaches who say, well, it's happening to you because you don't have game. You're awkward. You just don't know how to deal with women and so forth. By having women watch their videos alone, some women will be like, you know what? I'm going to get you too. They will say, you know what? I'm going to be in your next destination where you're flown out or where you're doing your book signings. I'm going to be there and I'm going to accuse you just because they can. Men, my channel is all about being wiser and protecting yourselves. Be smart out here. Do not let your sex drive and your smaller head and your hormones drive you into destruction. They coming. They're not stopping until all of you guys are gotten. I said this would be short, so let me go ahead and wrap it up. Most likely I'm dropping my next video that's on schedule tomorrow, so stay tuned to that. This is your boy and your brother, Mr. Limba. Be safe. Morgan Freeman is in for it now. Like I said, they saying that he was, lifting women's skirts up. They saying that he was asking them, are they wearing panties? Telling them that they were ripe and ready, ready to get it or whatever he was saying. So, be ready. And if you're a minority, it's even worse for you. So being a man is bad. Being a minority is worse. So it don't matter how much money you have. And guys, remember, regardless whether or not you like these famous men, you like these actors, these singers, these rappers, it doesn't matter. Stick to the point of the message. The point of the message is that they're coming after the male sex. If you look down and you have balls, that means you. So be wise. Please, your brother wants you safe. I'm out. Peace.